Have you ever paused for a moment, looked at your reflection in the mirror, and asked yourself, what really matters now? Not yesterday, not 5 decades ago when the world seemed wide and full of speed, but now, after 60, when the days feel slower yet somehow more meaningful, when time begins to whisper instead of shout. For many of us, crossing into our 60s feels like stepping into a new chapter. A quieter one, yes, but one filled with questions we never thought to ask when we were younger. Questions like, will my body carry me through the years ahead? Do I have enough? Who will be there for me? Does what I do still matter? Am I still strong? Inside. In our younger days, we may have believed that family would always be the foundation of our strength, and for many they still are. But the reality of aging teaches us something different, something not often spoken aloud. Life changes. Children grow up and move away. Friends become fewer. Our world, once buzzing and busy, becomes quieter. And in that silence, we begin to see what truly holds us up. This story isn't about fear, it's about freedom. It's about 6 powerful truths, 6 pillars of life after 60 that can give you strength even when the world feels uncertain. These pillars are not just ideas, they are choices, habits, commitments. They are the foundation of a life that still has purpose, joy, and meaning. We'll explore how your health is your greatest treasure, more valuable than gold. Why financial peace is a gift you can give to your future self. How human connection, even outside of family, can restore your spirit. The quiet power of purpose, and why it's never too late to find a reason to wake up. The strength of your mind, and how optimism can become your best friend. And finally, the beautiful truth of independence. Not as isolation, but as dignity. You're not alone in wondering where life is taking you. You're not alone in feeling the ache of change. But what if I told you that what lies ahead can be just as rich, just as full as what lies behind? If you stay with me through this journey, I promise you something valuable. Not just answers, but clarity. Not just advice, but hope. And perhaps most importantly, a quiet confidence that the years ahead can still be the best years of your life. So take a deep breath, settle in. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Health, the foundation of freedom. There is a quiet truth that dawns on many of us once we reach our 60s. Freedom no longer means the ability to go anywhere or do anything. It means the ability to move without pain, to walk without fear, to rise from bed and greet the day, not with dread, but with dignity. Health at this stage of life is no longer a background concern. It becomes the foundation upon which everything else is built. Without it, even the smallest joys, gardening in the spring, walking to the mailbox, standing to hug your grandchild, can feel out of reach. But here's something many people don't realize until it's almost too late. Your health doesn't have to disappear with age. In fact, with small, steady steps, you can reclaim it. Sometimes even more than you thought possible. Let me tell you about Margaret. Margaret was 67 when she started noticing changes. She used to walk every morning, a simple 20-minute loop around her neighborhood. She called it her peace walk. But over time, her knees began to ache, then her ankles. Then came the fatigue. She started skipping walks. Then she stopped altogether. She chalked it up to aging. This is just how it goes, she told her daughter one Sunday over lunch. But her daughter, bless her heart, didn't let it go. She bought Margaret a pair of walking poles and suggested a visit to a senior wellness class at the community center. Reluctantly, Margaret went. That small step, it changed everything. She met others who were walking through the same aches, the same doubts. She learned simple stretches, low-impact exercises, and how to eat in a way that didn't weigh her down. Within a few months, she wasn't just walking again, she was glowing. Her energy came back, her sleep improved, and most importantly, she got her confidence back. Because when your body feels strong, your spirit stands taller. The essentials, what your body needs after 60. So what does it actually take to maintain health in your 60s, 70s, and beyond? Not perfection, not extreme routines, just consistency and care. Let's break it down into 4 simple areas. 1. Eat like your life depends on it, because it does. Aging bodies need more nutrients with fewer calories. That means every bite counts. Here are a few guiding tips. Prioritize colors. Leafy greens, bright berries, deep oranges. The more color on your plate, the more vitamins and antioxidants you're getting. Lean on protein. Muscle loss is common after 60. Eggs, fish, lentils, and chicken help preserve muscle strength. Hydration matters. Many older adults drink too little water. Dehydration can cause fatigue, confusion, and dizziness, often mistaken for aging. Watch the salt and sugar. They sneak into processed foods and quietly raise your blood pressure and blood sugar. Personal tip: start your day with a warm glass of water and lemon. It hydrates, gently wakes your digestive system, and starts the day with intention. 2. Move gently, but move often. You don't need to run marathons. You just need to move. Walking 20-30 minutes a day can dramatically improve heart health, circulation, and mood. Stretching keeps your joints flexible and reduces pain. A few minutes in the morning and before bed goes a long way. Strength training. Use light weights or resistance bands. Building muscle helps protect your bones. Balance exercises. Reduce your risk of falling. Try standing on one leg while brushing your teeth or walking heel to toe in a straight line. Let's remember the goal: maintain independence, not perfection. 3. Listen to the whisper before it becomes a scream. Your body speaks in whispers long before it cries out. Don't ignore signs like increased fatigue, sudden weight changes, memory slips, digestive issues, dizziness, or falls. These are not just old age. They're signals, and catching them early through regular checkups and self-awareness can prevent larger issues down the road. True story: one man in his early 70s caught colon cancer early just because he followed his doctor's advice to get a routine screening. "It saved my life," he said. "I was lucky. Most men my age don't go until it's too late." 4. Mental health is health. We often separate the mind from the body, but the truth is they are deeply connected. Depression, anxiety, and chronic stress can weaken your immune system and accelerate physical decline. Social isolation has been shown to increase the risk of dementia by up to 50%. A sense of hopelessness can actually manifest as physical pain or illness. Simple practices like gratitude journaling, breathing exercises, time in nature, or even listening to music can calm your nervous system and support healing from the inside out. If you're struggling emotionally, don't tough it out alone. Talk to someone, a friend, a therapist, a doctor. Asking for help is not weakness, it's wisdom, a thought to hold on to. Growing older doesn't mean surrendering your strength, it means redefining it. There's a quiet kind of power in taking a walk, eating a nourishing meal, doing your own grocery shopping, or feeling the warmth of sunlight on your face during a stretch. And every time you choose to care for your health, no matter how small the act, you are reclaiming your freedom. Because what is freedom really? It's being able to move through your day with ease, to say yes when someone invites you for a walk, to lift your grandchild, to climb stairs without hesitation, to dance, yes, dance, at a wedding or reunion. That's what we're protecting. That's what health gives you. Final reflection for this chapter. If there is one thing I've learned, both from my own life and from the stories of so many others, it's this. You don't have to be young to be strong, but you do have to care. You have to show up for yourself, day after day, walk by walk, meal by meal, breath. Your future self, the one who wants to garden next spring or travel with friends next fall or play with a great-grandchild someday, is counting on the choices you make today. You don't need to do everything, you just need to do something. Start with one change, one walk, one healthy meal, one glass of water, one doctor's appointment. Let your health become your daily promise to yourself. I am still here, I still matter, and I will keep moving forward. Now, shall we move on to the next foundation? Chapter 2. Financial peace. The gift you give to your future self. There's a saying that goes, money can't buy happiness. And while that may be true in many ways, Anyone who has ever faced unexpected bills, medical expenses, or rising costs in retirement knows this. Money can buy peace of mind. After 60, financial freedom is no longer about luxury, it's about security. It's about knowing that you can live comfortably, safely, and with dignity, no matter what tomorrow brings. Because let's face it, the world is changing, prices go up, health changes overnight, family members move away, and the old idea that your kids will take care of you isn't always a guarantee, nor should it be. When you take control of your finances, you're not just planning for the future, you're gifting your future self freedom, calm, and independence. Meet Harold and Elaine. Harold and Elaine were high school sweethearts who retired in their early 60s. For years, they lived on Harold's pension and Social Security, budgeting carefully, never spending more than they had. They were never rich, but they were steady. One winter, Elaine needed unexpected knee surgery. The recovery was long, costs piled up, but because they had an emergency fund, solid insurance, and had worked with a financial advisor years earlier, they didn't panic. They didn't argue. They didn't have to ask their children for help. Instead, Harold leaned over one night, kissed Elaine's forehead, and said, "Aren't you glad we planned for this?" She smiled through the pain. Every single day. That's the power of preparation. Financial wellness after 60, what it really means. You don't need millions to feel secure. What you need is clarity, control, and confidence. Let's explore the 5 pillars of financial peace after 60. 1. Know what you have. Sounds simple, right? But you'd be surprised how many people don't have a clear picture of their finances. Take time to sit down, just you, or with a trusted financial advisor, and look at everything. Your retirement income, Social Security, pensions, 401k, IRAs, savings and emergency funds, monthly expenses, housing, food, medical, any debts or ongoing payments. Real tip, keep a financial snapshot folder where you list your assets, key contacts, account numbers, and essential documents. Update it every 6 months. Your future self or your family will thank you. 2. Didn't live within or below your means. At this stage in life, it's not about impressing anyone. It's about protecting your freedom. Downsizing isn't giving up. It's gaining peace. Cutting unnecessary subscriptions isn't being frugal, it's being smart. Living below your means gives you breathing room, a buffer, and a greater sense of control. Just like our health, money is energy. If it's flowing out too fast, we feel drained, but when it's managed wisely, it brings calm and comfort. 3. Prepare for the what-ifs. You may not be able to predict the future, but you can prepare for it. That means having emergency savings. Aim for at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Understanding your insurance, health, dental, long-term care, know what's covered and what's not. Creating a will or living trust, it's not about death, it's about making life easier for the people you love. Personal share, a friend once said, "I created my will not because I expect to die tomorrow, but because I want my kids to focus on grieving, not on paperwork." That's love in action. 4. Avoid scams and financial traps. Seniors are the one target for scams, online, over the phone, even in person. Be cautious with unfamiliar investment opportunities, emails or calls asking for personal information, people who pressure you into making quick decisions. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. Always verify, always pause, never rush. 5. Talk about money with someone you trust. Money is still a taboo topic for many, especially older generations, but silence leads to confusion, isolation, and sometimes poor decisions. Have at least one person in your life, your spouse, a child, a trusted friend, or a financial professional who knows where things stand. Let them know where your documents are. Share your wishes. Transparency isn't about giving up control, it's about building trust and creating clarity. What financial peace feels like. It's waking up without worrying how you'll pay the next bill. It's knowing you can help your grandchild with college if you choose. It's having choices, where to live, what to eat, what to do, without fear. Financial peace isn't about luxury, it's about dignity. It's about being able to say, I've worked hard my whole life and now I get to rest without worry. A few gentle reminders. It's never too late to make a plan. Small changes compound over time. Your worth is not defined by your net worth. Asking for financial guidance is a sign of wisdom, not weakness. Chapter 3. The quiet strength of community. Why you were never meant to go it alone. There's a moment in life, usually sometime after 60, when silence becomes more noticeable. The phone doesn't ring as often. The house feels bigger than it used to. The pace of life slows, and with it, so do the rhythms of connection. You sit by the window, watching the world go by, and a quiet question forms in your heart. Who is still there for me? It's not loneliness in the dramatic sense. It's something softer, subtler. A yearning for connection, for presence, for voices that know your story and still choose to sit beside you. This chapter is about that human need, about the quiet but powerful strength of community, and why, after 60, you were never meant to do life alone. Why community matters more with age. As we grow older, the people who once filled our lives, parents, spouses, co-workers, even childhood friends, start to drift away. Some pass on, some move on, some simply fade. It's a natural part of life's rhythm, but just because it's natural doesn't make it easy. The truth is, human beings were never meant to live in isolation. We are wired for connection, conversation, and shared moments, not just in our younger years, but especially in our older ones. Loneliness isn't just an emotional burden. It's a health risk linked to heart disease, depression, cognitive decline, and even premature death. But the antidote isn't complicated. It's not pills or procedures. It's people. It's community. The difference a circle makes. Let's meet Rose, a 74-year-old widow who lived in the same house for over 40 years. When her husband passed away, she fell into a routine of silence, meals alone, walks alone, days that blurred into nights. One day, her neighbor invited her to a weekly coffee group at the community center. She almost said no. What would she even talk about? But something inside nudged her to go. That simple yes changed everything. She found friends who listened, laughed, shared stories, invited her over, checked on her when she didn't show up. Suddenly, her days had a rhythm again. She had a reason to put on makeup, to bake cookies, to send birthday cards. She didn't just get her social life back, she got her sense of worth back. That's the power of belonging. Building or rebuilding your social circle. Not everyone has an existing group of friends or family nearby. And that's okay. Connection is something you can build at any age. Here are 5 ways to nurture your social support system after 60. 1. Reconnect with old friends. You'd be amazed how many people are also waiting for someone to reach out first. Pick up the phone, write a note, send a photo, say, "I was thinking of you, how have you been?" You don't need to apologize for time lost. You just need to show up. 2. Join something. Whether it's a book club, gardening group, faith circle, or walking club, belonging to something regular gives you purpose and people. Not only do you gain new friendships, you gain structure, laughter, and shared memories. Don't worry if you're shy at first. Most people in the room once felt the same way. 3. Be a giver of kindness. One of the easiest ways to build community is to give. Offer to help a neighbor. Bake muffins for your local library. Volunteer at a local shelter or school. When you give love, love comes back in ways you don't expect. 4. Let others in. Too often, we wait for others to initiate. We assume people are too busy or not interested, but vulnerability opens doors. Say hello first, invite someone for coffee, ask how someone's doing, and really listen. Community grows in the soil of courage and curiosity. 5. Create your own circle. Start small. Invite 2 friends over every other Friday. Begin a Sunday morning walk group. Host a potluck with neighbors. You don't have to wait for an invitation. You can be the one who makes connection happen. What a strong social circle feels like. It's a text on a rainy day that says, "Thinking of you." It's a voice at the other end of the table laughing with you over coffee. It's knowing someone would notice if you didn't show up today. It's being part of something, not because you're needed, but because you're valued. If you felt isolated, you're not alone. And more importantly, you don't have to stay there. Start small. One message, one visit, one walk. Because the most powerful truth is this: you are still worthy of deep, joyful, life-giving connection right now, just as you are. Chapter 4, Purpose, the Soul's Compass After 60. When you were younger, your purpose might have been wrapped up in your job title, your role as a parent, or the responsibilities that came with raising a family and building a life. You woke up each day with things to do, places to be, and people who needed you. But now, in this new chapter after 60, many of those roles have shifted, slowed, or faded entirely. The nest is empty, the career has concluded, the days are quieter, and for some, that silence can feel like a loss. But what if that quiet is actually space, a vast, open space for something new? Purpose doesn't retire when you do. In fact, this stage of life may be the most important time to rediscover it. Because when the noise of obligation fades, you finally have the chance to listen to your heart, to hear the whispers of passions long buried, dreams postponed, or simply the deep desire to matter, to someone, to something, even to yourself. Think of Eleanor, a 67-year-old former school teacher who once spent her days shaping young minds. When she retired, she felt both relief and loss. Her calendar was empty. Her phone didn't ring as often. At first, she welcomed the rest. But after a few months, rest turned into restlessness. She missed feeling needed. She missed the spark. One day, she volunteered to read to children at the local library. That 1 hour a week turned into a lifeline. The laughter of the kids, the joy in their eyes, the quiet thank yous from parents, it all lit something inside her. She wasn't working for a paycheck anymore. She was working for something much deeper: connection, contribution, and meaning. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't require headlines or applause. It can be as simple as planting a garden, mentoring a young person, caring for a pet, or writing the family history that no one else took the time to write down. It's the feeling that your day matters, that your time still has weight, your words still have power, your presence still has value. Purpose also protects us. Research shows that seniors who live with a sense of purpose have lower risks of heart disease, cognitive decline, and even premature death. It's not just good for the soul, it's good for the body. When you have something to look forward to, something to pour your heart into, your spirit stays alive. You stay engaged, curious, hopeful. Some days purpose will come naturally. Other days it will take effort to uncover. But it's always there, waiting to be discovered, like a treasure you buried long ago and finally have the time to dig up. So ask yourself, what lights you up? What cause pulls at your heart? Who could benefit from your experience? Your wisdom, your time. Don't let anyone, especially not the voice in your own head, tell you it's too late. The truth is, some of the greatest things you will ever do might still be ahead of you. Because after 60, your purpose isn't behind you, it's within you. Chapter 5, Spirit, Keeping the Inner Flame Alive. Some people say that growing old is simply a matter of the body slowing down. But those who have truly lived, deeply, fully, and with their eyes wide open, know another truth. Aging is just as much a matter of the spirit. And the spirit? It doesn't have to grow old at all. The truth is, what keeps many people going long after the joints stiffen and the hair grays isn't muscle or memory. It's something far more powerful. It's the invisible but undeniable fire inside: hope, resilience, curiosity, faith. It's what carries you through loss, through change, through days that are harder than you ever imagined. But this fire, like any flame, needs tending. After 60, you may notice moments when the world feels quieter, slower. Loved ones are no longer there the way they once were. Your career may have wound down. The mirror may reflect someone older than how you feel inside. It's easy, so easy, to slip into the mindset that you're fading from relevance, that your best years are behind you. But your spirit tells a different story. Let me tell you about James, a 76-year-old man who had recently lost his wife of 50 years. They were everything to each other. When she passed, he said it felt like the world went gray. For months, he barely left the house. He stopped attending church, stopped playing the piano, something he had done every Sunday for decades. He felt hollow. But one day his granddaughter visited. She was just 5 years old, full of questions, full of wonder. "Grandpa," she asked, "why don't you play the piano anymore?" He didn't have an answer that would make sense to a 5-year-old, or maybe even to himself. But that night, he sat down at the piano bench and began to play. And in that moment, the music poured out not just from his fingers, but from his heart. Grief didn't disappear, but something changed. The music was still inside him, and so was life. You see, our spirit is the part of us that connects to beauty, to mystery, to what gives life depth and richness. For some, it's rooted in faith. For others, in nature or in creativity or in quiet moments of reflection. It's the part of us that still dreams, that still believes in love and second chances and laughter, that starts in the belly and shakes the whole room. And perhaps most importantly, it's the part of us that refuses to give up. Keeping your spirit alive means giving yourself permission to feel, to cry when you need to laugh loudly and without apology, to hold space for joy, even when things are hard. It means finding rituals that lift you, whether it's lighting a candle at dawn, walking through the park each morning, reading poetry, or praying. It's practicing gratitude, not because life is perfect, but because within each day, there's something to be grateful for, even if it's just the warmth of tea on your lips or the sun on your cheek. When your spirit is strong, you face life with softness and courage. You bounce back. You see beauty in brokenness. You extend kindness to others and yourself. Because your spirit is your compass. It doesn't just help you survive, it helps you shine. So nurture it, feed it, listen to it. Let it sing, let it dance, let it rise. Because the older you grow, the more important it becomes to remember. Your body may age, but your spirit is timeless. Chapter 6. Independence. Freedom has no age limit. There is a quiet strength in doing things for yourself. It's in waking up in your own home and making your morning coffee the way you like it. It's in choosing what to wear, what to eat, where to go, and how to spend your time. Not because someone told you to, but because you decided. That right there is independence. And after 60, it becomes one of the most precious forms of freedom. You may not climb mountains or run marathons anymore, but independence isn't about how fast you move. It's about the ability to make your own choices, to live with dignity, to feel capable, useful, and empowered, even as the years go on. Yet many seniors, even those in good health, begin to doubt their independence too soon. Sometimes it comes from well-meaning family members who start making decisions for your own good. Other times it stems from fear. Fear of falling, fear of forgetting, fear of being alone. But here's what I've seen time and again. Those who fight to keep their independence on their own terms age with more joy, more confidence, and more purpose. Let me tell you about Evelyn, who at 81 still lived in the house she'd shared with her late husband. Everyone said she should move into assisted living. Too big, they told her, too much to manage. But Evelyn knew every corner of that house, every squeaky stair, every sunbeam that lit the kitchen floor at 9 a.m. She made a compromise. She hired a cleaner once a week. She ordered groceries online. But she stayed. She tended her roses, baked her favorite banana bread, and hosted her book club every second Thursday. And she told me once, with a spark in her eyes, "As long as I can wake up here, make my own tea, and open my own mail, I still feel like me." That's what independence does. It preserves identity. But let's be honest, true independence also means knowing when to ask for help. Because accepting help isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's the wisdom to put safety first while still holding on to the things that matter. It's saying, I'll use a walker if it means I can keep walking. It's hiring someone to help cook so you still eat well and stay strong. It's using technology like a medical alert system, not because you're afraid, but because you value peace of mind. In today's world, independence can look many ways. It can be staying in your home longer through smart planning. It can be continuing to drive safely or choosing transportation options that keep you mobile. It can be learning how to manage your own medications, staying on top of appointments, or even using a smartphone to stay connected. The key is, Keep doing what you can while finding smart ways to support the parts you can't. Independence is a mindset as much as a condition. So don't let anyone decide when your freedom ends. Don't let the number on your birth certificate dictate how much agency you have. You are the author of your days, and even if the pace slows, the story still belongs to you. Because there is power in choosing. Power in saying, I can, and even more in knowing, I still do. Independence isn't about doing it all alone. It's about living with intention, on your own terms. And that is a kind of freedom that never grows old. Final thoughts, standing strong, one pillar at a time. As we bring this journey to a close, take a moment to reflect on the 6 essential pillars we've walked through together. Health, the foundation that carries you. Finance, the stability that frees you from fear. Social connections, the relationships that lift your heart. Purpose, the fuel that drives your spirit. Resilience, the courage to weather every storm. Independence, the freedom to be fully, authentically you. These are not luxuries, they are your rights, your responsibilities, and your path to living not just longer, but better. You don't need to have it all figured out at once. Start with what feels most within reach. One healthier meal, one phone call to an old friend, one walk around the block, one deep breath of gratitude, one bold step toward reclaiming your time, your voice, your joy. Because after 60, life doesn't end, it transforms. You are not invisible, you are not done. You are wiser, you are deeper, you are stronger than you've ever been. And as long as you continue to care for these 6 pillars, your life will not just stand tall. It will soar. Thank you for walking this road with us. If this story touched your heart, we would be honored to hear from you. Leave us a comment below. Share your thoughts, your experiences, or just say hello. Your voice matters more than you know. If you found this story valuable, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating meaningful, heartfelt content for people just like you. People who are still growing, still dreaming, still living fully. We'll see you in the next chapter.